Hi, this is Jack with Vacationese, and I'm here with your August of 2022 Destination Wedding News and Deals. First, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications. This way, YouTube will let you know when we post a new video, which, as you probably know by now, is every Tuesday. Okay, let's talk about some news and deals for August. Now, first news is flights. I know you've seen a couple of my other videos where I've said the airlines prices are crazy, and they are. But what I'm seeing now for 23 is the prices are getting back to normal, whatever that means. They're not as low as 2019, but 2023 prices that we can see into the spring of 23 and early summer of 23 to Cancun, to Jamaica, to Punta Cana, and other places in the Caribbean are getting substantially lower than they were 2, 3, 4 months from now, or ago, I'm sorry. So as you're looking at planning your destination wedding, I would tell you to tell your guests book their flights as soon as they can, because what we're seeing is there's more flights out there and the prices are pretty reasonable. Again, not as low as they used to be, but a lot better than they were currently and a couple months ago. Next thing is AM Resorts. I've done a video and I'll post a link to it right here for the Beyond Memorable Wedding Package. As you know, it's one of my favorite wedding packages. Very comprehensive, been very reasonably priced, couple restrictions on it, but it's probably one of the best wedding packages out there. That's at Dreams Resorts, Secrets Resorts, Breathless Resorts, Zoetry, any of the AM Resorts properties, Now Resorts. Well, recently it's brought to my attention that in the past, all of the resorts maintain the same terms and conditions, which was $7,500 for 50 to 70 people and approximately $12,000 for 100 people. The caveat was you had to book your wedding at least 1 year in advance. Well, let me tell you what I'm seeing now. It looks as though each resort can now change their pricing and their own terms and conditions. So I've been dealing with 2 resorts, one of which now says the package, instead of being $7,500 is $10,000 during certain time periods and $11,000 during other time periods. The other thing I was told is they're only going to do one of those Beyond Memorable Wedding packages either per weekend or per day, and it's varying by a resort. I've also been told by some resorts, dealing with one right now, one of the Dreams Resorts, that said in order to have Beyond Memorable, you have to have a minimum of 100 people on a weekend. During the midweek, they'll do the 50-person package, but during the weekends, they want a 100-person package, which can be $14,000 now, dependent upon the resort. This is inconsistent by the resorts. Some resorts tell me, oh, no, their price is $7,500. 2 or 3 of them I've talked to already are telling me they're changing it, and I have that information. So if you're looking at a Dreams, a Secrets, a Breathless resort, and you want the Beyond Memorable, you really need to look at it and make sure that you can still get it. No longer are they going to offer it to everybody, or at least certain resorts. So that's the Dreams, Secrets, Breathless, and Beyond Memorable Wedding Package. Now let's look at some other things that we're seeing. First of all, good news is some new resorts that I'm seeing that I really like for destination weddings. So let's talk about in the Cancun Riviera Maya area. Now, you have a new resort by Royalton, which is called Royalton Splash. It looks amazing. It's going to be opening in the near future. And the key with it is has a water park, has 7 to 8 restaurants. The Royalton resorts are very good quality. Their wedding packages are good. The wedding team, you'll start working with someone up in Canada, which is where their corporate office is, and they transfer it down. They've done a good job. It's always been one of my top resorts to work with in different destinations, but that's Royalton, Riviera Cancun, Splash Resort. They have a Splash Resort in Punta Cana. This is a brand new build, and it looks great. Now, if you are looking for a quiet, very high-end resort, Secrets Moche, which we've talked about before, is in Playa del Carmen. It's adults only, and it's brand new. Now within that resort, there is a very nice section called Impressions. So it's not open yet. It'll be opening in the fall of 23. But if you're looking for a very, very upscale, adults-only experience, look at the Impressions Secrets Mockche. They're going to have their own restaurants. The rooms are very large. They're going to have butlers. From everything I've seen, it looks like it's going to be one of my top resorts once it gets up and going. It's been delayed, so I've been getting information about this resort for almost 2 years. I've been following it. As you know, one of my favorite resorts in Cancun, Riviera Maya, is LeBlanc, and I'm wondering if this is going to be up there to challenge LeBlanc. So that's Secrets Mockche, adults only. Now, talking about LeBlanc, as everybody knows, if you've watched my channel, 2 LeBlancs, both of my favorites. I spend a lot of time there. Adults only, 5 Diamond in Cancun, amazing food, everything's amazing. They've changed their wedding package. Now, it's adults only, 1 wedding a day only, so that's amazing. Very few resorts are doing that. They used to give 5 hours of free private events right off the bat, and they used to give a free rehearsal dinner. So what they've done is they've changed a little bit. So now they're giving 3 hours of private events right off the bat, as long as you have 10 rooms. And then they're giving the free rehearsal dinner, but now it's limited to 20 people. Anything else, you're going to pay more. Now with LeBlanc, you're still going to have all the other amenities, groom's rooms, bride's rooms, the planner, as well as you'll earn the private event hours. So again, if you have 25 rooms, you'll end up with a free reception, a free welcome party if you want, a free cocktail party, more free food and beverage than you're going to need. But right now, even if you have a smaller group of 10 rooms or more, you used to get 5 hours, now you're going to get 3. Now, another resort that I really like is new in Cabo. If you want a small boutique resort that in the near future, it's 4 Diamond right now. I have a sense it'll be 5 Diamond. It's the Casa del Mar Zoetry, Casa del Mar. So it's part of the Zoetry group. So there's Zoetries, and they're all very unique. I've stayed at most of them. Most of them are very small. This resort is about 60 rooms. It's in Cabo, beautiful beach. They're going to do 1 wedding a day. Again, it's going to be a very, very high-end resort, it is a high-end resort, but it's very quiet. So if you're looking for the party of Cabo, Zoetry is not the place. If you want a smaller resort that you feel like if you have 10 or 20 rooms, that it's really your resort, it's probably a place to look at. But again, it's going to be on the higher price. Actually, for Cabo, it's pretty reasonable price. It's going to be right in line with most of the other resorts of that quality. Again, it's a smaller resort, so it's very boutique. Now let's look at some other resorts. Now, Jamaica. As many people know, I consider myself a Jamaican. I love Jamaica. Sandals Resorts, which everybody's heard of, is couples only. So not only are they adults only, but they're couples focused. Here's the key is they are reopening a resort that I went to probably 20 some years ago, which was my favorite Sandals Dunn's River. So if you've ever been to Jamaica, everybody knows about Dunn's River Falls. Sandals used to have Sandals Dunn's River 20 some years ago. I'm not sure what happened, but maybe they sold it, someone else took it over. Anyway, they now have it, they're gutting it, and all the plans look amazing. The beach is beautiful where it is, the building's going to be brand new, they're going to have at least 10 restaurants, they'll have club level, they'll have butler. So if you're looking to do an adults only and couples only resort in Jamaica, I would definitely look at Sandals Dunn's River. It's toward Ocho Rios, not as far as Ocho Rios, but a great, great resort looks like is going to be Sandals Dunn's River for your couples only, adults only. Okay, now let's look at some other things happening. Most of the cruise ships are sailing again, so if you're interested in a cruise ship wedding, you don't have to worry about most of the COVID restrictions are on. Most of the cruise lines have gotten rid of COVID restrictions, so they're doing weddings on the ships. We are working on a wedding that is going to be off the ship in one of the destinations, but the wedding party will be on the ship. So it's just something to look at as well. Europe for weddings, we're looking at that for clients. Most of Europe is open, so we're fine now looking at Portugal and Spain and Italy. So if you're looking at something more exotic than a beach destination wedding and want to look at Europe, we can start doing that again. And airfares for Europe for 23 are starting to get back to normal. I think the last thing for my news and deals that I have to tell you is please, please, please talk to your travel professional. and book earlier, sooner rather than later. What we're seeing is resorts are very busy for 23. If you're looking at March, April, May, June, you may not find a resort you want, you may not find the time you want, and you may not find the location you want. So I think that is really news, because even for a smaller wedding, we're having trouble finding resorts that we like to work with in the spring and summer of 2023 already. So this is my news and deals for August of 2022. Again, please subscribe to the channel, and I'm Jack with Vacationese.